Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Please find a seat. And I'll invite you also to just take a moment to look at your cell phones and make sure they are on silent so that we can create a holy and sacred atmosphere in our synagogue this afternoon. My name is Gail Pomerantz, and I'm a rabbi here at Temple Beth Shalom. This is Cantor Lisa Siegel, and we will be accompanying Andre Perlman at his bar mitzvah this afternoon. This is a participatory service. We want you to pray, to sing, to enjoy, to open your hearts, to be fully present with us. And we're going to warm you up with the singing of a nigun, which is a wordless melody. Please join in.
Ya la la, ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya 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 la la. Ya la la, 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 la la la, ya la la la. Let's try together. Ya la la, la la la, ya la la. Once more. Ya la la, la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, la la la. Ya la la, 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 ya la la.
It is our custom at Temple Beth Shalom that our bar mitzvah lead us in prayer. And so I'm going to call up Hanan David to the bima to lead us in prayer, page 220.
We chant the Ashrei responsively. Ashrei yoshvei veitecha, od yehalelucha selah.
Ashrei ha'am shekacha lo, Ashrei ha'am shadonai Elohai.
Tehillah leDavid, aromimcha Elohai hamelech, va'avarcha shimcha leolam va'ed.
Bechol yom avarcheka, va'ahala shimcha leolam va'ed.
Gadol Adonai umhulal me'od, ve'ligdulato ein cheker.
Dor ledor yishamach ma'asecha, ugvurotecha yagidu.
Hadar kevod hodecha, v'divrei nifleotecha asicha.
Ve'ezuz nerotecha yomeru, ugdulatecha asaprena.
Zecher rav tuvecha yabiyu, v'tzid katecha yeranenu.
Chanun verachum Adonai, erech alpayim ugdol chesed.
Tov Adonai lakol, v'rachamav al kol ma'asav.
Yoducha Adonai kol ma'asecha, v'chasidecha yevarchucha.
Kevod malchutecha yomeru, ugvuratecha yedaberu.
Lehodia lifnei ha'adam gevurotav, uchvod hadar malchuto.
Malchutecha malchut kol olamim, umem shaltecha bechol dor vador.
Somech Adonai lechol hanoflim, v'zokef lechol hakefufim.
Einei chol echa yesaberu, ve'ata noten lahem et ochlam be'ito.
Poteach et yadecha, umaspia lechol chai ratzon.
Tzadik Adonai bechol derachav, ve'chasid bechol ma'asav.
Harov Adonai lechol korav, lechol
רצון יראיו יעשיו יעשה ואת שווייתם ישמע ויושיעם.
Shomer Adonai et kol ohavaha ve'et kol harshaim yashmid.
תהילת אדוני ידבר פי ויברך כל בשר שם קודשו לעולם ועד.
ואנחנו נברך יה מעתה ועד עולם. Hallelujah.
Please turn to page 224 for the Hatsi Kaddish.
Yitkara v'yikara shemei rabba, v'yamad yivrachirite v'yamlich malchute, v'chayechonu v'yomechonu v'chayedecho beit Yisrael, ba'aglaus mahan kariv, v'yimeru, amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevorach, le'alam ul'al mehamaya, Yitba, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitpromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitdalal shemei dekudeshaber berichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata miran b'yalama v'yimeru Amen.
Hanan David, Andre, we've come to this point in the service where your parents will give you this beautiful talit. And you know, the significance of the talit is in the four corners, which are called the tzitzit, because they represent the mitzvot and our obligations as Jews. Today you become officially a Jewish adult, which means we think you're old enough to be doing mitzvot. When you look down at these, you are supposed to be reminded of those obligations. But I hope as well that this talit is a reminder of your parents' love for you and that they give it to you in love, and that when you wear it, you also feel embraced by God. So I'll call up your parents to present you with this talit. I'll ask you to say the blessing before putting on a talit.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu v'hidatef b'tzitzit.
Amen. And now you'll put it around your son's shoulders. Better for all of us. And now you stand in the middle of your parents and all put your arms around each other and thank God for enabling you to reach this magical moment. Shehechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. No, come back. Come back.
Okay, I go first? Izzy, because Izzy's also sweet.
Yes, come on.
Oh, after? No, don't come yet. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, so first of all, thank you to everyone for being with our family at this meaningful moment in our life. Before my husband launches into his soliloquy and my daughter into her mini soliloquy, I just want to share some of my own reflections. I often wonder how we, as a doctor and a lawyer, could have created two children with such a passion and a gift for the arts. Our family's common thread, I believe, is our innate need to heal others. In both of our professions, at its core, we are committed to bringing healing and peace to our patients, our clients, to the world. I would like to believe that our children, as well, will forge a path drawn to that same need to heal others through music, arts, and the spoken word. This tradition of healing is being carried on through our children, and for that, I'm eternally grateful. Thank you to our families for their unwavering support, to our friends for their boundless laughter, to our children, Isabel and Andre, for bringing joy and inspiration to our everyday. Now, Isabel will share some of her thoughts with us. Okay.
So as my mother described, my brother and I are both artists, and we are incredibly lucky to have been raised by parents who encouraged our quirks and oddities. I think this might be the reason why my brother and I don't really fight. Closest we've come to it is an artistic debate. And the question was, is music an abstract art? I vehemently argued that music is an abstract art because it relies on symbol to represent sound. From Andre's point of view, music cannot be abstract because to him, he feels music represents real, tangible things, not just abstract concepts. What I realized from this debate is that Andre and I live in different worlds. As a painter, my work relies on perfectly recreating tangible things, things that I can touch, feel, and see. Andre's art form lives in tone, notation, clefs, keys, jargon, and nomenclature are the composition of his thoughts. I don't always understand what he talks about, but when I see the way that his face lights up when he plays his instruments, I can't help but admit that, abstract or not, Andre sees music all around him, elevating his art form into something otherworldly, even holy. And when I watch him play, I see a passion in him that's so strong, so beautiful, so completely admirable. I feel the same passion when I'm singing my Broadway tunes or working in my sketchbook. The other day, a really odd moment was shared between us. I was riding my scooter, and Andre was running behind me. We stopped at an intersection, and we were silent as we watched the cross lights. You know, Andre began, you were right. Music is an abstract art. I badly wanted this to be an I told you so moment, but I didn't tell him that because I don't think I was right after all. When I really think about it, Andre might be right. All of our passions are very, very real and not the least bit abstract. When you consider the real impact the arts has on people's minds and hearts, that is no abstract thing. Music can be tangible because it can become something that you can touch, feel, and see, and Andre has taught me this. Andre, I am so proud of you. It is an honor to be your sibling and to make fun of you. You're incredibly talented, and I know you are capable of all that you wish for. I greatly enjoy knowing you, and I can't wait to continue in the future. Love you.
Well, they held it together very well. I don't know if I'll be able to do the same. I tend to get emotional, but tonight's the night. So for the 45th annual State of the Perlman address, here we go. I'm going to be saying a few words to Andre, actually, in just a few moments. But before I do, I want to echo Verissa and thank each and every one of you who's here today, from our moms and dads to Jeff and Nancy and Anita and Yusan, Jern, and I get emotional. Jern, our cousins and our family and our friends who are family in every way but genes. Let it out. Thank you. We're overwhelmed, we're humbled, and we're forever grateful that you spent the time and resources to join us here this evening. And last time many of us gathered here, there was a presidential election. And I want to talk about that election and rehash it and have an open debate. Maybe not. We're all friends. We're at the same party tonight, even if we're not. But back in 2016, I noted one of the candidates had a mantra, takes a village to raise a child, right? And we're here to talk about raising children. But I think Secretary Clinton didn't go far enough. It's not just about raising a child. It takes a village to live a meaningful life, a good life, a fulfilling life. You're our village. Thank you. We love you. Further, a couple of special thank yous to our moms and dads who have always been there for us and for their grandchildren in every way. We thank them for their financial contributions to make this weekend's feasting possible. More importantly, for being such wonderful role models as parents and human beings. Next, Isabel. Thank you for upstaging me with your articulateness and making a hard act to follow. But thank you for so much she's done to make this event happen. From choreographing much of the entertainment for tonight and participating, doing all the graphic design for literally every piece of paper you've seen. You've really poured your everything into being supportive of your brother. You have an unshakable bond. I urge you to keep and strengthen that bond for the rest of your lives, and I'm confident you will. Now you're going to have to excuse me because I'm going to ignore the rest of you and I'm going to talk to my son. You're welcome to listen in, your captive audience anyway. Cocktails aren't ready yet. But Andre, all joking aside, your mom and I are rather serious people. I mean, I have all kinds of rules for everything, and those of you who know me well know this. We attach great consequence and gravity to life cycle events like this. This evening is not just an excuse for a party. We step back and we mark the fact that you're becoming a full-fledged adult, member of the community in accord with our religious traditions. And because you have that increased role and those increased responsibilities, I'm going to reprise what I did a few years ago at Isabel's bat mitzvah, and I'm going to share a few pieces of advice that most parents probably won't utter. Unorthodox parenting advice, right? 3 of them. 1, don't have safe travels. 2, talk about death, right? And 3, talk to strangers. It's an oldie but goodie. Let's get to it. 1, please don't have safe travels. Why do I say this? Am I nuts? Don't answer. Of course I want you to be safe, right? And I guarantee you when you're just a tad bit older, hopefully more than a tad, I'll stay up until the wee hours of the morning and tracking your iPhone and all that until I know you're back home from wherever you've been. So what do I mean? Well, this weekend we've all been guilty of this. You ever notice how every time you text or tell someone you're going on a trip, what's the first thing everyone says, right? Often the only thing, safe travels, safe travels. Oh, I'm going on a 9-day cruise, safe travels. I'm visiting Angkor Wat. I'm going to Cambodia, safe travels. I'm going to this bar mitzvah in Miami, safe travels. I'm guilty of that too, but isn't there something kind of sad about that? Not sad about the fact that we want our loved ones to come home in one piece, right? But sad about the fact that our first and often only thought is safety. Not have a great adventure or have an amazing time or have fun, but first and foremost, be safe. That kind of stinks. I mean, if the only consideration is safety, then why go anywhere in the first place, right? Why leave home? There's no point. I implore you, therefore, travel boldly, travel excitedly, travel curiously, approach life that way. Go to the neighborhoods that aren't vetted on TripAdvisor, leave the all-inclusive gated resort, connect with people who don't speak your language or languages, eat the street food. Live, Andre, live. And yes, be careful, but never stop eating the street food. Bring Imodium, bring Cipro, be wise, but do not travel safely. 2, and this is going to tear me up, but talk about death. This is supposed to be a party. We're supposed to be celebrating. It's not a funeral, and Perlman comes here and says, talk about death. And who urges their young, healthy children in the prime of their lives to talk about death? Well, me. But this bears saying, go through life talking about death. Or rather, I urge you to talk about the dead. Because if you don't, you're missing an opportunity to explore who you are. So talk about the dead, and not only that, talk to the dead. The Israeli author and decent human being, Amos Oz, who himself died just last week, he wrote his memoirs a few years back titled Tale of Love and Darkness. And I read that book a few years ago, and the following excerpt always traveled with me, and here it is. This is a highly recommended practice. Invite the dead to your home from time to time. Offer them a coffee and cake. Engage yourself in good conversation with the dead, which I'm about to do so. It's a line that makes me think of you and makes me think of our family. Why? Well, you come from a line of people who value coffee and cake, okay? Guests, you'll see what I mean in a bit. But above all that, we value hospitality to everyone. You're named for 3 people in Hebrew and English: your great-grandmother Ann Perlman, great-grandfather David Nightkrug, and your great-uncle Sujan Borabun. What are my memories of them? Spoiler alert, it's gonna have to do with cake. I remember making the poppy seed cookies that only old Jewish men know how to make, and with my grandpa Dave, and bringing them to you, Lisa and Stephen. It's one of my most vivid memories of him. It was cookies and cake and hospitality. Andre, that's what our people are about. That's who we are. A few years before you were born, your mom and your grandfather Mike and I came down to Florida to see my grandma Ann. At the time, she was in the early to middling grips of dementia. With the attendant memory loss, she was disoriented somewhat as to time and place, but she brought us in her kitchen. And did she have cake? I mean, Publix cakes, box cakes, cakes from the bakery. I never saw anything like it. And she brought us in, and she loved us, and she made us sit down and eat it, because she never became disoriented to the fact that she loved us, and we were her guests. Cake and hospitality, that's who your people are. And Uncle Sujan, Uncle Sujan, my favorite of many good memories of Uncle Sujan. 2002, we're in Bangkok. We're on our way to one of these ridiculously extravagant hotel buffets, right? A buffet. In the middle of all the traffic, which takes forever, we're on the way to the buffet. I'm like, yeah, buffet. Suddenly asks the driver to pull off onto a small street. You'll verify the story, Versa. Get off the street. We walk into a bakery. We sit down at a table on the way to the buffet. So I'm like, this is great, but hey, what happened? Aren't we about to go to a buffet? Why are we here? And without skipping a beat, he replied, because the cake is good, right? Not only that, you know what else he did? He invited our driver to come with us and have the cake, because cake and hospitality, that's who your people are, Andre. So let's remember the dead, Andre. Let's speak of them. Let's do it with cake and hospitality. And you've all been so very kind listening to me. I'll give you cake later. I do want to indulge me, please. No, I want you to indulge me for a second to remember a couple of people who would have been here today, but who passed away recently. I want to remember them tonight and share our cake with them. First, our great Aunt Eve, the matriarch of our family, a woman whose wisdom and progressive nature was decades ahead of her time. She was 97 when she passed, but she had the wisdom of all those 97 years. But if you met her and you closed your eyes and you listened, you would have sworn she was 47, not 97, actually 37, because she acted much younger than me, let's be honest. With her loss, an integral part of our family is forever gone. And second, our friend Ahmed El-Sayed, who died in June, he didn't make it close to 97. But in his 40-some-odd years on this planet, he did 3 lifetimes of good deeds. He was one of the few people in life who really earned the title hero. In a world where most of us keep going by and looking at our phones and minding our own business, he is the guy who literally went into a burning car to save a woman from certain death. That was our friend Ahmed. And we miss them. We miss Ahmed. We miss Aunt Eve. We miss so many others who aren't here, but we remember them. So Andre, talk about death. Talk about the dead, because they make us who we are. One day, Andre, your mom and I will be gone. But don't let that stop you. When that time comes, just every once in a while, please invite us over, and don't forget the coffee and cake. Okay? Good ones, too. The cheap stuff, just because I'm dead. Third, finally, talk to strangers. I'm almost done, and this is an almost verbatim repeat of what I said last time, but it's important. Spend your life, your entire life, talking to strangers, or better yet, let nobody, and I mean nobody, be a stranger. Here's the deal. You come from several proud and wonderful traditions. We celebrate your Jewish religious and cultural tradition tonight. That's important. It's cool. It's why we've devoted months of study and significant financial and other resources making this happen. Make no mistake about it, your Jewish heritage is something wonderful to celebrate. as are all of the other traditions that make you. You have generations and generations of proud Thai culture in your heritage as well. A proud, intelligent, kind people. The only Southeast Asian nation never to be colonized by a Western power. Be so proud, Andre. And of course, you are unbelievably blessed to have been born in what was always a great country, the United States of America. A country that's going through a series of crises right now, but that still has a wonderful underpinning and potential. But as wonderful as it is to be Thai and Jewish and American, don't ever, ever mistake pride for superiority. You're good because of your Thai and Jewish and American identities, but those identities and backgrounds do not make you any better than people who come from different backgrounds or cultures and traditions. Feelings of pride should never, ever be confused with feelings of superiority. Soon enough, I'll be done, but soon enough you will come up against powerful and conflicting forces surrounding identity. In high school and college and life, people ask you to join a Thai Students Association or a Campus Hillel organization, the Asian American Trombonist Club, the Eurasian Club, the Shostakovich and We Don't Like Tuscanini fan club, or whatever you do. That's wonderful, and join those groups and learn about who you are and where you come from. But with many of these groups, there's a more sinister and disappointing and disturbing side. Some people will tell you you should only stick with the Jewish kids, or that Asian kids are better, or that only brass is better, I don't know, or that people who were not born in the US are somehow inferior, or that you should only associate with those who have the same socioeconomic privilege that you are fortunate to have. Sadly, many people will pressure you to stick with your own kind, whatever that means. And today I urge you, when those people approach you, do one thing: run. Run as if your life depended on it, because they're wrong. And because your mom and I heard many of those voices. We still sometimes do. And we run because if we didn't, you and your sister would not exist. So that's it. My unorthodox advice, I relatively held it together. Thank you for listening. And now I look forward to listening to you for the rest of the service. And I will be very proud of you, as your mom and I always have been.
I'm fine. We turn to page 226 and rise for the Amidah. Adonai Tzefatai Tiftach Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagabor Havanora El Elyon Gomel Hasadim Tovim Vekoneh Hakol Vezocher Hasde Avot Ve'imahot Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer Umosia Umagen Baruch Magen Avraham Vezrat Sarah Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai Mechaye Hako Ata Rav Lehoshia Mashiv Haruach Umorid Hagashem Mechokel Chayim Bechesed Mechaye Hako Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Ferofe Holim Umatir Asurim Kayem Emunoto Li Shene Afar Mi chamocha ba'al gevurot, umido melach, melech memi, umechaye, umatzmiach Yeshua. V'ne'eman ata leheliot al kol, baruch ata mechaye hakol. We remain standing for the Kedusha on page 232.
שמקדישימו טוב בשמי מרום ככתוב על יד נביאך וקרא זה אל זה ואמר קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות מלוך כל הארץ כבודו אדיר אדירנו אדוני אדוננו מהדיר שמך בכל הארץ ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו אחד הוא אלוהינו הוא אבינו הוא מלכנו הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו ורחמיו לעיני כל החי אני אדוני אלוהיכם ימלוך אדוני לעולם אלוהייך ציון לדור ודור הללויה לדור ודור לדור ודור לדור ודור נגיד גוד לך לדור ודור לדור ודור לדור ודור נגיד גוד לך
ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש קדושתך נקדיש ושבחך אלוהינו נגינו לא ימוש לעולם לעולם ועד לדור ודור לדור ודור לדור ודור נגיד גוד לך לדור ודור לדור ודור לדור ודור נגיד גוד לך ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש קדושתך נקדיש ושבחך אלוהינו ממנו לא ימוש לעולם לעולם ועד. To all generations we will make known your greatness, and to all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips.
Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
Please be seated. We continue with Kedusha Hayom on page 234. Ata echad veshimcha echad, umi ke'emecha Yisrael, goy echad ba'aretz. You are one, and your name is one, and there is none like your people Israel, a people unique on earth. A garland of glory have you given us, a crown of salvation, a day of rest and holiness. Abraham and Sarah rejoiced in it, Isaac and Rebekah sang, and Jacob and Rachel and Leah and their children were refreshed by its rest. A rest of love freely given, a rest of truth and faithfulness, a rest of peace and serenity, tranquility and security, a perfect rest which you so desire. May your children come to know that the sacred rest links them to you, and through their rest they sanctify your name. Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu retzei v'imnuchatenu. Our God and God of our ancestors, be pleased with our rest.
קדשנו במצוותיך ותן חלקנו בתורתך במצוותיך, ותן חלקנו בתורתך. שמנו בטובך, ושמחנו בישועתך. שמנו בטובך, ושמחנו בישועתך. יאללה 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 ותן חלקנו בתורתך, קדשנו במצוותיך, ותן חלקנו בתורתך. ברוך אתה אדוני, נקדש השבת. We continue with the Ritzeh, page 236 and 237.
Ritzeh Adonai Eloheinu b'yamcha Yisrael. Ritzeh Adonai Eloheinu b'yamcha Yisrael. Utefilatam be'ahava tekabel. Utefilatam be'ahava tekabel. Ritzeh Adonai Eloheinu b'yamcha Yisrael. Ritzeh Adonai Eloheinu b'yamcha Yisrael. Utehile ratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha. Utehile ratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha. Ritzeh Adonai Eloheinu b'yamcha Yisrael. Ritzeh Adonai Eloheinu b'yamcha Yisrael. Baruch
We continue with a prayer of gratitude, Modim Anachnu Lach, on top of page 238. Modim Anachnu Lach, She'ata hu Adonai Eloheinu, Velohei Avotenu ve'imotenu leolam va'ed, Tor Chayenu, Magen Yishenu, Ata hu Lador Vador, Nodeh Lecha, Unsaper Tehilatecha, Al Chayenu Hamesurim Beyadecha, Ve'al Nishmotenu Hapekudot Lach, Ve'al Nisecha Shebechol Yom Imanu, Ve'al Nifleotecha Vetovotecha Shebechol Et, Erev Vavoker Vetaharaim, Hatov Ki Lo Chalu, Rachamecha, Reham Rachem Ki Lo Tamu Hasadecha, Meolam Ki Vinu Lach, Ve'al Kulam Yitbarach Ve'yitromam Shimcha Malkenu Tamid Leolam Va'ed, Ve'cho HaChaim Yoducha Selah Yihalelu Et Shimcha Be'emet, Ha'el Yishuatenu Ve'ezratenu Selah, Baruch Ata Adonai Hatov Shimcha U'cha Na'eh Lehodot. We sing together a prayer for peace, Shalom Rav, on page 240.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata Melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et Amecha Yisrael bechol et ubechol shah bishlomecha. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Andre, as your dad just eloquently spoke about, today is your day where you accept the responsibility to be an adult, a Jewish adult in the eyes of your community, and with that, all the responsibilities that go with it. Today is the day that you take your place to accept the words of Torah and teach us words of Torah. Today is the day that you, like so many that came before you and others to follow, today is the day that you take your place.
Taking your place in an enduring line. This is the day that you'll stand up to say, our tradition is mine. You will now read the Torah. It's been passed on to you. It's our law and our story, but each telling is new. It is said we stood at Sinai, and today you know you're there. You're the promise of a people, a blessing and a prayer.
Taking your place in a resilient line. This is the day that you stand up to say, our tradition is mine. You will now hold the Torah, forge a link to the past. You're the face of our future and the reason we last. Lahalechet biracha v'lishmor mitzvotav kol hayamim. May you walk in God's ways, and may all of your days be blessings. It is said we stood at Sinai, and today you know you're there. You're the promise of a people, a blessing and a prayer.
You're the promise of a people,
A blessing and a prayer.
Thank you, cantors. That's cantor Adele Nicholson, who was Andre's tutor. And you see by his excellent Hebrew what a wonderful job she did. We are going to turn to page 244 in your prayer books. And this is the section of the service that is the main event, Seder Kriyat HaTorah, the service for the reading of the Torah, where Andre will officially become called to the Torah as a bar mitzvah. And I'm going to call your attention for a moment to this brochure with Andre's happy, smiling face on the cover, because inside here is a list of all of the honors that take place at this point in the service. And so if you see your name inside, we want you to pay attention and be present for your honor. Page 244. There is none like you among the gods, Adonai, and there are no deeds like yours. You are sovereign over all worlds, and your dominion is in all generations. Adonai reigns, Adonai has reigned. Adonai will reign forever and ever. Adonai will give strength to our people. Adonai will bless our people with peace.
Ein kamocha va'Elohim Adonai, ve'ein kema'asecha. Malachutecha malachut ka'olamim, u'memshaltecha bechol dor v'ador. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. Adonai hoz le'amo yitein, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Av harachamim היטיבה ברצונך את ציון, תבנה חומות ירושלים, תבנה חומות ירושלים, כי בכל לבד בטחנו, מלך עולם ונישא אדון עולמים, כי מציון תצא תורה, כי מציון תצא תורה, ודבר אדוני מירושלים. ברוך שנתן תורה, תורה, ברוך שנתן תורה, תורה, לעמו ישראל בקדושתו. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד, אחד אלוהינו, גדול אדוננו, קדוש שמו, גדול אדוני איתי, ונרוממה שמו יחדיו.
Hanan David, this is the Torah, Israel's morashah, Israel's sacred heritage and our inheritance. Wherever the Jewish people has been, the Torah has been with us, guiding us, sustaining us, nourishing us. It's been our kind of moral GPS, keeping us on track and letting us know when we go off track. Today is the day that you recognize that the Torah was written for you. And one of the things that's interesting that's in your Torah portion are instructions for the observance of Passover. And it says in there, Vehigadata levincha, you shall teach your children. And that's exactly what your parents have done. They have taught you so that you would stand here this day just as their parents taught them. And so symbolic of that chain of tradition, I call forward your grandparents and your parents to present you with the Torah.
לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, לדור ודור we protect this chain, from generation to generation. Lidor vador, these lips will praise your name. Lidor vador, nagid godlecha. Lidor vador, we protect this chain, from generation to generation. Lidor vador, these lips will praise your name. Lidor vador, nagid godlecha. Lidor vador, we protect this chain, from generation to generation. Lidor vador, these lips will praise your name. Lidor vador, nagid godlecha. Lidor vador, we protect this chain, from generation to generation. Lidor vador, these lips will praise your name. Lecha Adonai hagedula v'hagevura v'hatiferet v'hanetzach v'hahod, ki chol b'shamayim uvaretz, ki chol b'shamayim uvaretz. Lecha Adonai hamamlacha v'hamid naseh השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ותגל הארץ. Yiram hayam, yiram hayam, yiram hayam, umlo. 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 Yismechu hashamayim, yismechu hashamayim, yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Heveinu shalom alechem, heveinu shalom alechem, heveinu shalom alechem, heveinu shalom, shalom, shalom alechem, heveinu shalom alechem, heveinu shalom alechem, heveinu shalom alechem, heveinu shalom, shalom, shalom alechem. Arza alinu, arza alinu, arza alinu, arza alinu, arza alinu, arza alinu. Var kharashnu v'gam zaranu, var kharashnu v'gam zaranu, ava od lo katsarnu, ava od lo katsarnu, ava od lo katsarnu, ava od lo katsarnu. Arza alinu, arza alinu, arza alinu, arza alinu, arza alinu, arza alinu. Ya la la, 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 ya la la. Ya la la, ya la la, ya la, ya la la, ya la la, ya la la, ya la la.
You may be seated. Before Andre chants from the Torah, I have just a few words of Devar Torah, of teaching Torah to you. This week we are at Parshat Bo in the morning. We were at Va'era, which was the second section of the book of Exodus, and began the plagues, the 10 plagues. This afternoon, we go to next week's Torah portion, which is Parshat Bo, and which has the 3 final plagues which God sends to convince the Pharaoh to let the Israelites go. So you're going to put aside your prayer book for a short while and take out the thicker book if you have it. And we're going to be on page 406. So, as we know from our Passover Seders each year, for those of us who observe Passover, it's only after the 10th plague, the really horrific plague of the death of the firstborn, that the Pharaoh finally relents to let the Jewish people go free. But at what point, at what critical juncture was it that the fate of the Israelites changed? When in this story did their fate change? Or as a famous Rebbe known as the Berdichever Rebbe asks the question, when does freedom begin? Does it begin with that 10th plague, that death of the firstborn? Or was it the plague before that, the plague of darkness or locusts, or before that? Did it begin when Moses stood before Pharaoh and proclaimed, "Let my people go"? Or was it before? Was it when God spoke to Moses from the burning bush, or before? Did freedom begin when Moses struck down the Egyptian in anger, or before that? Was it when the midwives defied the Pharaoh's evil decree and let the baby Moses and the other Hebrew babies be born and come into this world safely instead of killing them? The fact of the matter is we can never know the exact moment when freedom began. One commentator suggests that freedom is infinitely regressible. Every act contributes. Every touch, every thought, every gesture of defiance. This word, this deed, no deed is done, no thought is thought, no dream is dreamed for nothing. Everything contributes in some inscrutable way daily to freedom. So the answer to the question, when does freedom begin, is this moment, now, every moment, every day. Every thought, every act each one of us does can contribute ultimately to bringing freedom into our world. This is an awesome way of understanding our Torah story because it means that each one of us are actors in the unfolding drama of our lives and our world. What might we do to liberate ourselves and others through our words and our deeds? May this story inspire each one of us to respond to freedom's call, to defy injustice, to follow our conscience so that we can contribute to the miracle we call freedom. Amen. And now it's my great privilege to call up our bar mitzvah, Hanan David, to the pulpit so that you might call up your aliyot.
Du ha'olim la'aliyah harishonah. For the first honor, I would like to call up my grandparents, Myrna and Michael Perlman, to the Torah.
Once again, we're on page 406, if you'd like to follow along.
Baruch Hu es Adonai Hamavoroch. Baruch Adonai Hamavoroch le'olam voed. Baruch Ato Adonai Eloheinu melech olam. Baruch asher bosan bonu mikol ho'amim. V'nosan lonu es toratzo. Baruch Ato Adonai nosein hatorah.
Amen. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe bo el Paro ki ani hikbati et libo ve'et lev avadav leman shiti ototai ele bekir bo uman Tesaper bozne vincha uvein bincha et asher hitoloti bemitzrayim ve'et ototai asher samtivam vidatem ki ani Adonai vayavo Moshe ve'aharon el paro vayomeru elav Ko Amar Adonai Elohei Ivrim Admatai Me'anta Leonot Mipanai Shalachami Vaya Avduni.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, asher nosan lanu Torah emes, v'chayei olam notah b'sochenu. Baruch atah Adonai nosein haTorah.
Ya'amdu ha'olim la'aliyah hashiniya. For the second honor, I would like to call up my aunt and uncle, Nancy and Jeff Perlman, and my cousins Mia, Deborah, Rose, and Kyle Perlman to the Torah.
Baruch Hu es Adonai Hamvarach. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bacha banu mikol hamim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen. Ki imaen ata leshaleach et ami hineni mevi machar arbe bigvulecha vechisa et ein haaretz velo yuchal lirot et haaretz ve'achal et yeter hapelta hanisheret lachem min habarad ve'achol et cho ha'etz hatomeach lachem min hasadeh umaleu vatecha uvatecho avodecha uvatecho mitzrayim asher lo ra'u avotecha va'avot avotecha miyom heotam al ha'adama ad hayom hazeh vayafen vayetzeh me'im paro.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher noton lanu Torah emes, v'hayei olam natam b'sochenu. Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Ya'amdu ha'olim la'aliyah hashlishit. For the third honor, I would like to call up my cousins, Lisa, Mitch, David, and Rachel Gershman, and Doreen, Stephen, and Emily Geller to the Torah.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bacha banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen. Vayomeru avde paro elav Ad matai yeh zelanu lemokesh shalach et ha-anashim vayavdu et Adonai Elohehem haterem teda ki aveda Mitzrayim vayushav et Moshe ve'et Aharon el Paro vayomer alehem lechu ivdu et Adonai Elohechem mi vami haolechim vayomer Moshe binarenu uviz kanenu nene nelech bevonenu uviv notenu betzonenu uviv karenu nelech ki Adonai lanu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tzolkenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Ya'amdu ha'olim la'aliyah harvi'it. For the fourth honor, I would like to call up my family friends, Susan and Mark Newberger, to the Torah.
Baruch hu et Adonai hambarach. Baruch Adonai hambarach li'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bacha banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Vayomer alehem yehi chen Adonai imachem ka'ashar ashalach etchem ve'et tapechem re'u ki ra neged panechem lo chen lechu na hegevarim va'ivdu et Adonai Ki ata otam mevakshim, vaygaresh otam me'et penei paro. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe, nete yadecha al eretz Mitzrayim ba'arbe, ve'yal al eretz Mitzrayim, ve'yochal et chol esev haaretz, et kol asher hishir habrad.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nota b'tzolkenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Ya'amdu ha'olim la'aliyah ha'chamishit. Avi Elayahu Pinchas ben Meir Umera Imi Yehudit Bat Avraham Vesara Ve'adcho Ve'achoti Aliza Chaviva. For the fifth honor, I would like to call up my parents, Verissa and Larry Perlman, and my sister Isabel Perlman to the Torah.
Baruch
Hu
Hu
et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Vayet Moshe et matehu al eretz Mitzrayim v'Adonai nihag ruach kadim ba'aretz kol hayom hahu v'chol halayla haboker haya v'ruach hakadim nasa et ha'arbe v'ya'al ha'arbe Hal kol eretz Mitzrayim vayanach bechol givul Mitzrayim kaved meod lefanav lo haya chen arbe kamohu ve'acharav lo yiyeh chen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. I think we need you giving lessons for how to do that, Izzy. That was fabulous. So the final aliyah to the Torah is known as the maftir, and this is actually Andre or Hanan David's bar mitzvah aliyah when he is called to the Torah as a bar mitzvah. We're going to turn to page 416 for this aliyah. It's the final aliyah in the book Parashat Bo, and he's going to be chanting from chapter 13, verse 14. It is our custom to read this from the Sephardic Torah, the Silver Torah, so please rise because the ark doors are opened.
Ya'amod habachur bar hamitzvah v'aliyat haTorah Hanan David ben Eliyahu Pinchas v'Yehudit Chazak
Baruch Hu et Adonai hamevarach.
Baruch Adonai hamarach leolam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamevarach leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
V'haya ki yishalecha vincha machar lemor mazot ve'amarta elav bechozek yad hotianu Adonai mi mitraim mi beit avadim vayhi ki hiksha haro leshalechenu vayaharog Adonai chol bechor be'eret mitraim bechor adam ve'ad bechor behema al kain ani zoveach ladonai chol peter rechem hazecharim vechol bechor benai efde vehaya ya leot al yadecha utotafot bein einecha ki bechozek yad hotianu Adonai mi mitzrayim.
Yisher koach. It's beautiful.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu et Torat emet v'hayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Beautiful, beautiful chanting. Ya'amod Hagba, Ya'amod Lila. Will those who have been asked to lift and dress the Torah please come forward, and we remain standing. Hi, Bruce.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. יא לה 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 יא לה 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 יא לה 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 יא לה 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 la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la.
Please be seated. The Haftarah for Shabbat Bo can be found on page 427. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar binviim tovim v'ratzah v'divreihem hane'emarim Be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher batorah uv Moshe avdo uv Yisrael amo uvin v'ei ha'emet v'tzedek. Hadavar asher diber Adonai el Yirmeyahu hanavi lavo Nebuchadrezzar melech Bavel lehakot et erev Mitzrayim hagidu veMitzrayim V'hashmiyu v'migdol v'hashmiyu v'nof uvtach panches imru hityatsev v'hachen lach ki achela cherev sevivecha madua nischaf abirecha Lo amad ki Adonai hadafo hirba koshel gam nafal ish el re'ehu vayomeru kuma venashuva el amenu ve'el eretz Moladenu mipene cherev hayona kareu sham paro melech Mitzrayim shaon he'evir hamoed chayani neum hamelech Adonai tsevaot Shemo ki ketavor beharim uecharmel bayam yavo. Our Haftarah continues toward the end at verse 27. Ve'ata al tira avdi Yaakov ve'al techat Yisrael ki hineni Moshiacha merahok ve'et zareha me'eretz Shivyam Veshav Yaakov Veshakat Veshanav Ve'en Macharid Ata Altira Avdi Yaakov Neum Adonai Ki Itecha Ani Ki Ese chala bechol hagayim asher hidachticha shama ve'otecha lo ese chala ve'yisarticha lamishpat ve'nakeh lo anakecha Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Tor Kol HaOlamim Tzadik Bechol Hadorot Ha'el HaNe'eman HaOmer Ve'oseh Hamdaber Kayem Shekol Devarav Emet V'Tzedek Ol HaTorah Ve'al HaAvodah Ve'al HaNevi'im Ve'al Yom HaShabbat Hazeh Shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu Likdusha Ve'limnucha Lechavod Yultif Aret Al HaKol Adonai Eloheinu Anachnu Modim Lach Varechim Otach Yitbarach Shimcha Befi Kolchai Tamid Leolam Vaed Baruch Ata Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Well, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. That was a handful, as you just saw. As you may already know, I have a certain affinity towards music, and when I think of it, of how is it to become a bar mitzvah, I am reminded of times when I'm beginning to learn a new piece. When I start, it feels like I'm lost, and I can't really imagine how I'm going to learn it all, because becoming a bar mitzvah has felt very similar. But here I am, and the time has finally come. This afternoon, I read from the Torah. Honestly, before studying for bar mitzvah, I looked at this ancient scroll as just a really old history book. But now it serves as sort of a spiritual symbol to me. It's filled with past mistakes of humanity, as well as lessons about how we can, through the Torah, improve. That's what I think the real meaning of our bar mitzvah is. As a Jewish adult, I hope to understand what the Torah is. It is not just a book of our past. There is a deeper, more aspirational meaning in mind. This afternoon, I chanted from the Torah portion called Bo. At first, I thought it was going to be so boring, or even unborable. But after really learning about what it says, I learned what it was actually a boat. All kidding aside, there are some serious things that my portion talks about. The last 3 plagues of the 10 plagues are mentioned. The devastation by locusts of the crops and greenery of the Egyptians, the thick darkness covering the land, and finally, the death of the firstborn children of Egypt, killed as the angel of death flies over their homes. The Torah portion goes on to talk about how the Jews were commanded to put the blood of a lamb on their doorposts, an ancient representation of the modern-day mezuzah. This action let the angel of death know the home of a Jewish family, so as to spare of the life of their firstborn as part of the final plague. With this last plague came the death of Pharaoh's own son. In his anger, disbelief, and pure hatred, the Pharaoh drove the Israelites away from his land. Fearing that the Pharaoh might change his mind, the Israelites hastily packed their minimal belongings and departed Egypt with only unleavened dough on their back for sustenance. Upon this exit from both Egypt and their lives of slavery, the Israelites stopped by the homes of their mourning Egyptian neighbors and asked them for gold, silver, and garments, so that they might leave Egypt with great wealth and freedom. As problematic as this arrangement may seem, the Israelites believed they were fulfilling the promise that Abraham made to them generations ago. In my opinion, I see Passover, the holiday spoken of in my Torah portion, as a time to reflect on what might not have been the best way to get out of a situation. The Torah portion challenges us to consider more peaceful resolutions rather than forced or drastic reactions. For example, the overall conflict in the Middle East frightens me because of our reliance on fighting versus peaceful resolutions. We must remember that we are all humans, which should matter more than anything else. As American journalist Dorothy Thompson says, peace is not the absence of conflict, but the presence of creative alternatives for responding to conflict. For me, music is that alternative. Miami Music Project is an example of an organization trying to use music as a path to peace. Because of this, I believe it's been important to donate my efforts, both musically and monetarily, via social media to this valuable cause. For those of you not familiar with Miami Music Project, it is a local organization that teaches people from disadvantaged neighborhoods classical music from a very young age. Through the lessons and mentoring, these children are empowered with confidence, self-reflection, and an overall heightened self-esteem. As I mentioned before, learning music and becoming a bar mitzvah have been a very similar process. I didn't start out with that much Jewish knowledge. In fact, I had never read from the actual Torah before this past year. However, just like with music, the strange letters and odd-looking music notes that once seemed foreign to me have become a beautiful tapestry. Music and Torah have affected me personally, but when they are shared within a community, I feel that they are even more powerful and life-changing. This community has really helped me shape and change my life. Rabbi Pomerantz, thank you for taking me out to lunch. I had a great time, and it was an overall amazing and enlightening experience to talk to you. Plus, it was yummy. Cantor Siegel, thank you for the wonderful music you have brought to the service and being so enthusiastic about this music and this community. It's truly contagious. Rabbi Nicholson, Cantor Nicholson, thank you for withstanding all my sorries in our lessons after I messed up a cantillation of word. I know without your guidance, encouragement, and vision, reaching this point would be impossible. And for that, I truly thank you. Guys, you can tell her thank you if you know her, because she's not here right now, so let's do it later. Rabbi Morrison, thank you for being such a great friend and helping me do my speech. If left to my own devices, this speech would have been full of only puns. All my teachers, thank you for helping me through my musical and educational journey. I would not be here without your help and guidance. All my friends, thank you for being there when I needed you. Not to be too cliche, but all of your support has really shown me just how important friends can be. Grandma and Grandpa, I know how important becoming a bar mitzvah has been to you and our family. Thank you for all your love and support throughout it all. And thank you for always being positive about my music. Even when I think I sound horrible and suck, you motivate me to always try my hardest. Data and Yayai, thank you for supporting me and helping me go to the Interlochen Arts Camp. It was truly an amazing experience to be there, and I would not have been the same person had I not gone. You've always made me feel loved. Izzy, thank you for supporting me through all my loud chanting, prayer rehearsal, and trombone blasting. It could not have been easy. I consider you such a close friend, even as annoying as a big sibling can get. You have always supported and loved me. I know how much you have been looking forward to chilling out at my bar mitzvah party, so the time has come. Well, after this, but not right now, but you know what I mean. Dad, thank you for being the coolest dad that anyone could ever have. I know my dad might sound cheesy, because it is, but it really is true. I love when we watch marathons of Star Trek together, and even more when we eat your chicken parm. Yeah. I hope one day that my kids, hopefully, will feel as connected to me as I feel towards you. And I may not always say it all the time, but I love you. Mom, thank you for being the best music critic of my music and being such a tiger mom. Even though you might not like it when Dad and I wrote your heightened tiger skills, I really do appreciate you pushing me through all these years. Also, thank you for being so supportive of my music, taking me to concerts all over town, and even Detroit, driving me to rehearsals, and basically taking and getting me everything music. You support me in every way possible, and your energy and enthusiasm towards me seems endless. I still don't know how you have done it all these years. I may tell you all the time, but I really mean it. I love you. Now that my bar mitzvah has come to an end, I look forward to finding new ways in which my passion for music and my love for Judaism can be both combined. Thanks again for all your support and love for both myself and my family, and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. So, Andre, Hanan David, that was bodacious. The service was abounding in wonder and glory and should truly bolster your self-confidence. See, you're not the only one who can be punny. It really was such a beautiful service. And your Hebrew name, Hanan David, which you don't get to use very often, means gracious beloved. And really, you exemplified what that means today. It was a service filled with your soul, your punim, your face, your heart, your passion, your music, and it was truly a privilege to be here for each and every one of us to witness this day in your life. So I want to talk to you about one little piece of your Torah portion that I think takes up the same theme as your mom spoke about, and that is the 9th plague. The 9th plague is the plague of darkness, right? It was so dark, we're told, that the Egyptians couldn't even see their neighbors. That's truly what it means to be in darkness. And then the text tells us something unusual. It says, L'chol v'nei Yisrael haya or b'moshvotam, which means, but all the Israelites had light in their homes. So that's a curious thing. How could the Egyptians be in complete darkness and the Israelites have light? And the rabbis say that actually the text is teaching us that the light wasn't external, it was internal. That the Egyptians had propagated such hatred and malice that they lived in darkness. But the Israelites, despite the harshness of their circumstances, were able to show graciousness and kindness to one another. And this is a very important lesson because it teaches us about how our actions can bring light into the world. You know, you spoke so much in this service about your love for music and the trombone and the Miami Music Project and jazz. I know you love jazz. And Rabbi Nachman of Bratslav said that all melodies come from God. And when a melody comes from God through you to the world around you, that is one of the ways you bring light into this world. And when you do mitzvot, like donating your time and your money to the Miami Mitzvah Project, you turn the light on for other people in the same way as the light has been turned on for you. And so I hope you remember that power that you have. Today, you bathe all of us in the light of your beautiful presence, your neshama. And my hope and prayer for you is that you continue to let God's light shine through you and continue to bring light to your parents, your temple, your community, and your friends and family. And now, Cantor Siegel and I are going to bless you. I'm going to invite up those who have been asked to open the ark this time to please come forward. And as they're coming up, I have a question for you. The Star Trek marathons, are we talking about the original Star Trek or Next Generation?
Various series.
Okay, yes. All of them. Okay, so you know that we're going to bless you in the words of the ancient high priests. And you know what the ancient high priests used to do with their hands? They used to go like this, right? And who else does that? Spock, because he was an Orthodox Jew, and he took that symbol and brought it to Star Trek. So I never do that, but for you, I'm going to do it. Okay, so come before the ark, and I'll invite you all to open the ark, please. Please rise. Here we go.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
Ken Yehi Ratzon. May God bless you and keep you, Hanan David.
Yahir Adonai panav elecha v'yikuneka.
Ken Yehi Ratzon. May the light of God's presence shine on you and shine through you and be gracious to you, just as your name says.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God bless you with a lifetime of good health, of joy, of love, and of shalom, of wholeness and peace. And may you be among those to bring that peace to our world. Amen.
Amen. Yahalalu et Shem Adonai, ki nisgav shemo levado. Hodol al eretz v'shamayim, vayarem keren le'amo, tehila lechol chasidav, livnei Yisrael am kerovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Ki lekach tov natati lachem torati al ta'azovu. For I have given you good instruction. Do not abandon my Torah.
Ki lekach tov natati lachem torati al ta'azovu. Eitz chayim hi lemachasikim ba. למחזיקים בה ותומכיה מאושר דרכיה דרכי נועם וכל נתיבותיה שלום השכיבנו Adonai elecha v'nashuva hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva.
We remain standing and turn to page 282 for the Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'atech gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoyeh ha'aratzot, v'lo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu ככל המונם ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
We're going to remain standing and turn to page 294 for words of Kaddish. And this is the moment when we remember and tell stories, just like Larry instructed us to do, about those who have died, those who gave us their cake and something to drink and helped to shape us into the people we are. And the family is remembering certain people, particularly at this moment, and I apologize if I misstate a name. They are thinking about Anne and Irving Perlman, Eve and Sam Winiger, Irene and David Nakrug, Sujin Boribun, Sharnvit Techargumpu, Edward Perlman, Ahmed El Sayed, Melvin Perlman, Korbkul Sindej. If there's anybody in our congregation that is in a period of mourning or observing a yort site this week, I invite you to share that name with us. Howard? Thank you. Please. We think at this time as well of the 6 million men, women, and children who died in the Shoah. We remember the thousands of Israeli soldiers, over 24,000 who have died so that we might have a Jewish homeland. And we think about American soldiers who have died protecting and defending our liberties. And we take them all into our hearts with our own as we recite these words of Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayachon uv'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'yimru Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mivarach le'alam l'almei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, Yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal Shemei d'kudasha b'richu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Osei shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel and all people everywhere, and let us say, Amen. You may be seated, except for Andre, who's going to come stand with me. So there has been the rustling of candy throughout the congregation, and that's because our next crazy ritual is gently lofting candy on this young man who has showered us with so much sweetness this afternoon and evening. But we do have a few rules around this. Here are the rules. You must gently loft from where you are seated and cannot run up to the bima to throw. Second rule is when the bima is full of candy, we invite all the children up, run on up
Only
here,
children.
and clean it up and eat as much candy as you want. The third rule is Andre gets to choose 3 shomrim, 3 people to protect him from all this sweetness. So who are you going to pick?
Noah.
Noah was right in the hot seat.
Moti.
All right, good choice.
And Evan Brody.
The last rule is you wait till I'm off the bima.
I deserve that.
So, no, Andre, come back here. And you stand right in front of him. There you go. Okay.
Simmen tov, a mazel tov, a simmen tov, a mazel tov, a simmen tov, a mazel tov, a simmen tov, yelanu. Simmen tov, a mazel tov, a simmen tov, a mazel tov, a simmen tov, a mazel tov, a simmen tov, yelanu.
We have to add a fifth rule. The fifth rule is going to be you can't throw the candy back into the congregation. So it's not only the family and the clergy that are so proud of you, Andre, it's also our entire community. And here to represent our community is a member of our board, Lisa Samuel. She's also one of the heads of our Women in the Hood, Sisters in the Hood, and she is going to present you with some gifts.
Thank you. Hi, Andre. Mazel tov.
Thank you.
So for most of this evening, I get to be like all of you, a very grateful guest to the Perlman hospitality. They're generous, loving, fun, we're always laughing when we're together hospitality. But at this moment, I want to talk on behalf of the board of Temple Beth Shalom, and I want to congratulate Andre. Andre, I'm lucky enough that we've known your family since you moved to Miami.
Yeah.
A few things have changed and some remain the same. You're a lot taller than me now. I'm wearing like really high heels. When I'm not wearing heels, he's way taller than me. But what remained the same is that you've always been a leader. You lead by example, an example that most people could never keep up with, much like your parents and your sister. You operate at 300%, if not more, if there's even a number for what you operate at. And it inspires awe within me, really. And to the people that get to watch you. Academically, you're always knocking it out of the park. In jazz band that you play with my son, you don't play one instrument, you don't play two instruments. He plays several instruments and all of them incredibly well. You're really an amazing guy, and we are lucky as a congregation and as a community that a mensch like you has become a bar mitzvah and has joined our community in this new role. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And one more thing, it's a bima, so it's not a podium. I always like to give a blessing if I know the child. In this case, I do. And since you touched on it, about having kids, I bless you that God willing, you'll have as many healthy, happy children as you want, because the world needs more of you. That's my blessing for you. Okay, now on to the gifts, because I know everyone wants a party. Your bar mitzvah certificate, yay! You earned it. This is the traveling tanacha, so that you should never feel lost. You'll always know your way. And you'll always remember us here. And a Kiddush cup on behalf of Sisterhood, so that every Shabbat you can be reminded of this beautiful day and experience. I'm proud of you, buddy.
Andre, I have to say that it was really, really very moving. You know, your sister has always played a very musical role in our synagogue, and today you really took your part in that. You really, really assumed that role in the way you chanted, in the way you taught us Torah, but it was just, it really, really moved all of us. And you chose to chant the maximum, and you did it masterfully. So I hope that you become a cantor one day. Personally, it'd be nice to have a cantor that plays the trombone too. That is what that is, right? Okay. I'm not exactly into brass. More of a string person, but brass is very cool. All right. So on behalf of the clergy and staff, we have also planted a tree in Israel. God willing, you will get there one day soon. And we also present you with two different options to visit Israel after confirmation: the Nifty trip in Israel, a certificate to go on that, as well as the Alexander Muss High School in Israel experience. And you will choose one of those, and God willing, get there. In addition, we give you you and your family, a free one-year family gift membership to the Jewish Museum of Florida, FIU. So we hope that you will go and take advantage of those incredible exhibits. So Mazel Tov. I'm so glad that I flew from LA to be here with you this evening. Mazel Tov.
This comes to the conclusion of our service, the conclusion of Shabbat. So in order to close Shabbat, we're going to have a final ritual called Havdalah, or Havdalah, which marks the separation between Shabbat and the rest of the week. So I'm going to invite Andre's family to please come up to the bima for the ritual, and all of you to please gather round close, leave your seats, leave your books, come in close so we can form a tight community to say goodbye to Shabbat.
Am I part of Andre's family?
Come stand on this side.
Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
wish each other a good week. We say a blessing over the challah, which is almost like cake, Larry, that you will soon all have to eat. We thank God for the blessing of this food.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
And now we wish each other a Shavua Tov. It's been a wonderful Shabbat. We hope you take that joy and that light with you into the week ahead. Shavua Tov.
Shavua Tov, 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 Shavua Tov. A good week, a week of peace, may gladness reign and joy increase. A good week, a week of peace, may gladness reign and joy increase.
Shavua Tov, everybody.